Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenade from Pomku, eliminating everybody on the field.
Now I'm doing something as well. It's going to be applied as a death boss them, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to some more Tranquility action here on this beautiful Tuesday night. We have got a match between two Tranquility juggernauts, an MI7 and Classified, both 1-0 on the season, have lost a map in their both of their series. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this really good, hopefully great match here tonight. I am joined by Sariff once again. You know, we casted last night on the B stream. I said that we'd cast today. That was a lie at the time. That was a lie at the time when I said it. But here we are. We're casting together once again. How are you feeling tonight, my guy?
Honestly, I'm pretty good. You know, Fletch drugged me here forcibly and has me chained to the chair. So yeah, I'm ready to cast this game tonight, and hopefully we'll get some good moments and a lot of great action coming up here in next moments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, this is a match between two relatively well-known teams throughout the history of Tranquility, and I mean, last night we got, you know, a bit of an unfortunate game. It was a little bit one-sided. I'm really hoping that tonight is going to be a little bit different for sure. So, I mean, what are you thinking for, I believe if memory serves me correctly, our week 2 starting map is going to be New Queen Street.
Yes, that's right. Map that focuses a lot on Brawl and Poke at certain stages of the map. And from what I've talked with from both teams, both of them seem to place a lot of pride into their flexibility, and so we'll definitely see that on display here for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those maps where it feels like you can run just about whatever you want as long as it's within a certain range. Like, you don't see a lot of the wild stuff like Roadhog or any of that. But if you want to run an Orisa, well, Orisa right now obviously being the meta pick, you can run potentially a Junker Queen, Sigma. This is our second highest tier here in Tranquility. This is Masters 5 through GM 5, I believe. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little more of the meta here, which...
Well, yeah, and we're definitely going to see that alongside probably a lot of BAP Yari tonight, especially those ones. Yari, if you've seen contender streams, has been really taking over, especially in finals, just with her ability to essentially two-shot any characters, the Sunburst, and that's going to be very impactful into games later today.
Yeah, Yari, a lot of healing and a lot of damage. I mean, she obviously did receive a bit of a nerf recently, but clearly that wasn't enough to make her terrible. And, you know, the rumors were that we were headed back towards Winston, Tracer, Sombra. Luckily for us, that is not the case, and we're getting something a little different from the meta that's been here for, what, 4 months now? But yeah, the Orisa poke has been a joy to watch, to be honest. It's just fresh, and I'm happy that we get something, you know, a little different. And here we are going to get into New Queen Street in just a second, and we will see what these teams are going to rock out on here early on New Queen Street.
Exactly. Class 5 sure talking about their Bapiari. So actually onto the break here. So I think they're gonna look to play they're gonna look to play for Poke here in the mid fight. Meanwhile, we have MI7 onto their looking to go in with their Bapiari here. So we'll definitely see how this plays out, this sort of semi-brawl versus the Poke, how it plays out.
Yeah, the only difference being the Sojourn, well, complete mirror comps.
Now it's complete mirror, yeah.
Shizukina, obviously switching back to the Sojourn. Very, like you said, poke-oriented. With the Torbjorn, just a lot of upfront, like, durability with the Orisa. and so much healing out of the ERE and the Baptiste. But here we are, getting into our first fight of what should be an excellent series here up on the statue of New Queen Street. We see Gliscor, but just trying to put in a little bit of that poke damage early on, and both turrets are gone. I made a joke here recently that this meta is the deployable meta,
pick.
but Chisakina with a beautiful shot onto Flames of Ra. Going to start this off, and Nick cleaning up Gliscor, and it's going to be MI7 on the back foot running away here.
Yeah, you especially saw that on the POV cam. That aggressive turret placement for the Ayari, that's going to be what keeps teams able to sustain themselves in the front line and be able to take space more effectively. Especially right there, that allows them to bunker right there if they get pushed back from the corner.
Yeah, unfortunate pick on to Lurer, just getting taken down by Prime's turret. Looking forward here, we're going to see the window coming out from Clock, one of our Tranquility brothers. And
the tree goes on.
it's gonna be helpful as Halophile taking down Monarch. Prime able to clean up Lurer. Once again, Clock cleaning up the Torbjorn in Tanic B, and that should be butt scratch activated. If not, MI7 is just gonna have to touch it really, really close.
Well, you can really say Classified's really operating like clockwork, right? They're going to come on here with the advantage, swing in here soon, especially with Sunburst about to come out for both sides. We'll see which one has the most impact here.
Yeah, we see Gliscor trying to get in the face, and a hammer kill from Tanic B. No, won't be there. Clock's going to clean up Tanic B and Gliscor. Tanic B doing a little bit of trolling. Clock with 3! Halophile, she's able to take down Monarch, and Clock with 4! to keep the bot going.
Yeah, and I'm glad they only used one ult that fight. That's going to give them so much more advantage compared to MI7 coming out here. Oh, Clock goes on early.
Panic B able to find the poke onto Clock. We're going to see the Captive Sun out from Monarch. Hits a couple of people, but not able to get that cleanup. And even if they were, no one fell to it. So a bit of an unfortunate ultimate there for the ERE, but they're going to be able to just walk it down on Classified. And I mean, a pretty good fight, only one ultimate used by MI7.
Yeah, definitely. And going back in here, we're definitely going to see the support ults get leveraged by Classified here to try to take it back and, you know, just wipe their team and run it back to their spawn.
4 ultimates in the pocket for Classified, 3 for MI7. This is going to probably be a pretty heavy ult fight, so let's see what these teams are going to be able to do here. Monarch able to take down the turret, and Tanic Beast is gone as well, but Gliscor starting us off. A pick on the Halophile. Nick getting the Captive Sun eaten. Gliscor with 2 picks. Monarch able to clean up on the Baptiste of Clock. And now MI7 is the one being on the back foot here, trying to run away.
Yeah, not much value coming out of the side of Classified for their ults. And that was some great positioning there for that mid-fight by MI7. And coming back now, we'll see how well they can hold on to their advantage coming in.
I mean, 3 ultimates in the pocket for MI7. They only use the Terra Surge, and it's going to be Cherokino who falls into the Molten Core while under pressure by Lurer's Overclock. That's so unfortunate. But now, I mean, Classified used their ultimates, so now it's a 1 ultimate for each team, and I mean, Monarch is getting close to the Captive Sun.
Well, honestly, it's just gonna see how aggressive they play with the spin and just manage to take out their supports before they can pop their ults first, or at the very best, mitigate that window coming in.
We see Halophile taking a lot of damage now, popping that Terra Surge. Lurer able to stay alive with the help of the Immortality Field, and we're gonna see a pause here.
Yeah,
was unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but that Sunburst.
Like Classified coming out on top of that fight potentially.
Yeah, that Sunburst may end up getting a pick or 2, but I can see Classified's going to sweep that fight right up once the pause comes out. Definitely.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did have a DC there. MI7's Lurer, unfortunately, no longer in the game. Luckily, just recently used the overclock, so
Yeah, at least there's not going
you
to be
know,
too much setback on the ult side of things for MI7.
yeah. And but the big thing is, I think, is that Classified was able to hold off MI7 from taking the lead, and have a pick advantage, especially now that Lurer is gone. They had killed the Baptiste, and now the Sojourn is, when we come back, which we are coming back in just a couple seconds here, Lurer is no longer in the fight. So
Right.
that's unfortunate, and MI7 are just going to have to back up and get out here, as Gliscor is going to be the last to fall.
Yeah. Remember, they do still have their mid spawn here, and they do respawn quickly. So I think they may be able to take another fight here at mid. And yeah,
We're getting
and
pretty
with the
close.
Window and Sunburst coming out from Classified, they should be able to use those ults to leverage another fight win here.
Yeah, Lurer, though,
Clock
coming
got
back
early.
from the DC, able to find a pick on to Clock early. That is the window no longer in play, and now MI7 happy to take the advantage. Flames of Raw able to take down the Tanic B, or Prime, but Tanic B gets traded out. And now it's MI7 on the offensive here. And Classified on the defensive, having to just back up. They have 4 people now. Window out from Clock, right into Gliscor's face. Do they know that Gliscor went into the egg shop? They do now, as Gliscor's going to fall. They're able to keep their lead. It's Clock with another 2 kills. Halophile able to take down Tanic B to clean it up. And that is about as good as it could have been for Classified on the back foot there.
And yeah, that was perfect. You can see MI7 was not ready for that window to come out there, and they just took advantage of this. Clean up the rest of MI7 while Gliscor is hiding.
Yeah, we see the side of MI7 taking that contest on the bot from the window. Now, Captive Stun from Nick. Hopefully, I think it hit a couple of people, but unfortunately, Nick not able to clean up on the Captain Sun, but able to clean up Gliscor. Both teams are without their front line Orisa. Not Terra Surge, but the Molten Core out from Prime, and Prime able to take down Tanic B in the Torb sniping duel. Classified able to come out on top of this fight just with the Molten Core and the Captive Sun, but MI7 is back. Lurer, I think, got shoved backward by the Spear of Halophile, and Nick able to clean up on Halophile's damage. Prime walking on to Monarch to help Chisakina with the kill, and now the stagger onto the turret. I mean, that's a smart play.
Yeah.
It's not big.
Yeah, no, and coming into this fight, they're definitely gonna look to play off Shisan. Yeah. Yep, there comes Creon.
Yeah, we see the overclock from Chisakina, able to take down Tanic B, but Gliscor's going to trade it out. Clock, though, able to take down Laura. Halophile spins down Flames of Ra. And Halophile, she's doing some work up there on that Orisa. Absolutely showing out, and no hammer kill for you, Prime. Nick's gonna clean up Gliscor. Laura, though, coming back, able to take down Prime. They're coming forward with this bot. So close to the end of the map, but finally able to get some progress. And their lead has grown to a relatively satisfying.
Yeah, close
40?
close to the end there. Yeah, close to the end there. It'll just be one or two more fights after that. But you see, Classified's getting regrouped, ready to take this mid fight. MI7 doesn't have any ults against the Sunburst, and Sunburst might just be what's key to coming up out on top in this fight here, especially to clear that high ground from Sojourn.
Yeah, what I'm looking out for, though, is Gliscor going to be able to eat this Captain Sun when Nick pops it? Well, doesn't have to worry about it now because Nick is dead. Very, very dead, in fact.
And good option for MI7 to play the card there, not take the fight.
Yeah, they are back on their barrier, ready to push this another 40 meters. Popping the window from Flames of Raw, pushing MI7 around the corner, but Gliscor gets the mech. Now we're gonna see the Captain Sun out.
Oh, yeah.
It hits 3, I think, at least the Torpedo and the Baptiste, and Nick with a really, really strong Captive Sun there to hit 2 or 3 people clock with the window prime with the
4 bolts coming out. Yeah, that was very well executed on a side classified. But as you can see with MI7, if you put that window too shallow, you don't get much space out of it. And that's what really helped Classified retake it. And we'll see who's able to take control of this spot for the overtime.
Panic B, only one with the ultimate from the side of MI7, but it just doesn't matter when Gliscor's finding early picks like that. Nick able to trade it out for Lore. Now we see the Terraform Halo file. Can she do something with it? She can. She finds Panic B. Monarch, now we are into overtime, and MI7 is on the cart. It's Gliscor who switched back to the Orisa. No spin for Halo file, as Monarch able to take down Nick, but it's just Monarch left alive, and that is going to be Classified, taking new Queen. Oh, okay.
Hold on, we got a straggler. Hold on.
Yeah, Chisatina falls over.
All right, now you can say it.
And Classified, taking new Queen Tree.
No, but that was a solid showing by Classified, especially the first few fights. Absolutely taking names, showing up saying, this is our map. You are not winning this today.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what? To MI7's credit, I mean, they were playing well, right? They got it within 30 meters after going down, what, 80 meters
yeah.
for the first fight? I mean, they were able to bring it, you know, they captured the point and they got it close, and they made a really strong play later on to take the bot instead of fighting Classified in mid. So, I mean, push goes to Classified, but I think MI7 really knows that they can keep this series going.
No, for sure. But it just sucks sometimes because push is very mathematically determined by who wins that first fight and who gets the most progress during the first few minutes of the game. Because it's a lot harder to make up progress than to go back to previous progress in the game mode.
Yeah, I mean, that bot just jogs a lot, obviously a lot faster when you don't have to push that barrier. Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, our next map type is going to be hybrid. It's gonna be MI7's pick.
Yeah,
it's gonna be MI7's pick. The rule in Tranquility is it's always gonna be loser picks. Whoever loses the map picks the next map. Classified, picking the side that they want to play on.
Yeah, no, the big thing is, do they go attack to set the tempo of the game and try to, you know, see how much time they can get up on the scoreboard, or do they go defense to try to full hold and make it easier for themselves when they attack?
Yeah,
that's the big question.
For
do you
sure.
Have big attack energy or big brain defense?
I mean, I felt like Classified really wanted to run it down, and they were moving pretty quick. But that being said, we do have our map selection in MI7 is taking us to beautiful Brazil. Paraíso is going to come up next, and I mean, you can run the Orisa. I do quite like Diva, especially those first 2 points.
Yeah.
Any kind of dive, really. But I feel like Diva dive is categorically stronger than a Winston dive right now.
For offense, though, honestly, it could really work either way, Diva or Winston, even Ball, if you have the team ready for it. Because you need to take control of high grounds here, especially for first and second point.
I am curious who took the attack side, is going to attack first, if we could get that information real quick. But yeah,
we'll see once we get in there.
Paraíso, obviously, I mean, MI7, there's no control early on. Like, if usually, if you're a team that is weaker, your best opportunity is usually on control. It's the most 50-50 map of the... Oh, that's weird! This must be old footage of Paraíso, because that bridge is gone.
Oh yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. I've never noticed that. I've seen this footage play a lot, and I've never noticed that. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're MI7, you don't have the
All
you
right.
don't
And
have that comfortability.
Classify is going for attack here, and onto Bappa Yari comp. So we'll see how well they can get their rotates in and just claim the high ground above point and flush it out from MI7's control.
Yeah, and like I was saying, obviously a little bit not right now, but here we go, Gliscor and MI7 opting for a Diva.
Yep,
And
definitely frontline, fallback, Pokemon point. Yeah. So we'll see how well they can execute those rotates on both sides.
Already in, and Nick trying to put in that immediate damage with that gun of a Yari, which does so much. We see that Halophile able to just walk under this bridge without much resistance from the side of MI7, and able to throw Monarch against the wall and take down that Yari. Gliscor able to trade it out though. Prime's gonna fall, however Gliscor's mech is gone. Panic B finding the pick on the Halophile with that turret. But Panic B, dramatically low, and luckily for MI7, they are not able to clean up on that damage on Tanic B. Lore just trying to take this a little bit of an off angle, putting in some damage on Classified.
Yeah, unfortunate that they got split up and bursted apart, but it looks like Classified has their foothold right here going into the point, so we'll see what they want to do. Yep, going across, going straight across, trying to take space for their DPS.
Yeah, Gliscor back in mech, so ready to fight Lore. So low, has to back into the staircase. But Tanic B and Lore starting us off with trades on their counterparts each. Now Halophile finds herself in a bad position, all alone in the backline, able to spear Flames of Raw down the staircase, but no more. And the longer Halophile is back here, the more she's in danger. They're just not looking at her though.
That looks like it'd be a brutal stagger if she goes down and lands out too.
Nick able to trade it out on to Monarch, and we are probably we're probably seeing a DC once again here, unfortunately. But I mean, MI7's map pick, they're looking strong early on this defense. I think already 2 minutes are off the clock. Classified gonna need to find a way.
Yeah, the biggest thing I can see is that I feel like there may be a bit of a disconnect between what Classified wants to do and where they want to go to do it. For example, we saw Halophile go all by herself across to the high ground, but then leaving her DPS all behind by themselves. And so
I think her DPS were killed in the crossfire just getting to that high ground.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, MI7 looking strong here on Paraiso. Hopefully very soon we'll get these technical issues fixed up. But what do you think that Classified's gonna need to do here to figure it out?
Honestly, it's still just gonna be a game of rotating and giving your DPS the best position that you can as possible, because they're still able to claim that high.
This just in, we have 2 DCs actually, one from each team. So I mean, yeah, we've got an unfortunate circumstance here, waiting for 2 players to come back. That's gonna be big though. That's gonna reset a couple of ultimates for both teams.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see which ones those are, but that's brutal for both teams. But honestly, it could give the advantage to Classified, depending on which player goes out.
Yeah, I mean, well, for one, you're 100% right. That far spawn is going to be very, very difficult to come back from if you're not quick about it. And but from the side of Classified, I mean, thing about Paraiso is that defense spawn, well, I think technically a little bit further away than the attack spawn, like distance-wise, it's relatively close. So, you know, both players having to come back at about the same time. No information quite yet on who did DC. Lore
So,
potentially once again, and
DPS from both sides. It's the guess right now.
yeah, just unfortunate circumstances. Can't do anything about it. That being said, we are probably going to take it to a break here. We'll be back when these players are going to be able to hop back into the lobby. So stick around. It shouldn't be any longer than a couple of minutes here. Hi again, everybody. Did you miss us? We're back, and obviously only gone for a few seconds. We got both players back in the lobby, and gonna hop back in here in just a second. I think we're about 2 minutes down on Paraiso, and Classified is attacking. So what are you thinking here?
Honestly, I think they need to work on not taking too much poke when they walk into point. That's really what's killing them. So either they need to choose a new direction to go, or just tighten up their rotations.
Prime coming back, switching it to the Hanzo. I believe they were on the Torbjorn earlier. So
Hanzo
potentially... Oh, well, Nick will help with poke, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good one.
An early pick on Titanic V. Captain Sun from Nick. We see that Lore has happily jumped on top of Flames of Raw and his head. Or no, that was Monarch, my mistake. Monarch, though, able to take down Chisakima. Comfortable sitting on this this staircase.
Giving Lore the boost, but he's already down, yeah. And that's...
Block, yeah. They nano Lore. Halophile gonna clean up Flames of Raw.
Ooh.
Nick, Titanic V, able to help clean up on the Captive Sun. Titanic V with 3. No disrespect to Titanic V, but that 3 came with a turret.
How most Tor plays get done anyway. But you just see that the Tor bolt just in random directions. You sometimes just don't know where it is, and you just fall victim to it. But that being said, we're gonna have Window and Overclock coming, so those definitely some good ults to be able to get some pressure. Oh,
Nice
goes
score.
down.
Oh my goodness, just starting out early, Prime, showing why that Hanzo is so good with the one shot onto Flames of Raw, but Titanic V gonna just trade it out quickly. And Nick is the only support alive for the side of Classified, as Clock went down after popping the window, and now 20 seconds left to go for Classified.
Only Sunburst and Overclock coming in here, so we'll see how that fares well, and see if no one gets picked early here.
Yeah, we want to see Prime potentially getting a pick off here, but here's Chisakina's Overclock. Nick dropping the Captive Sun. Not quite able to get eaten in Halophile. Walks Titanic V down. Prime gets killed by the bomb, and Halophile in so much damage, antied up, and will not be able to get anything there, and that's going to be a full hold, but a win condition for MI7.
Yeah, how MI7 played that map is perfect. It was pretty dang good, almost perfect. Like, they managed to out-rotate their pushes, able to get best angles, especially that those antis coming in, just ruins Halophile's plans for what they want to do on the Orisa.
Yeah, strong defense from the side of MI7. But if you're classified, you're thinking, we got 85.8% of the point. We may not have been able to capture the point all the way, but that is that's winnable.
They have some breathing room. They can at least give 1 or 2 ticks before they have to re-engage onto the point. But it's still only 1 point out of a full map, and you definitely have to feel some pressure if you're on the side of classified. But with that being said, they're looking to copy almost the same comp that they did for attack.
Yeah, and MI7 coming out on
the dive, it looks like, with a
I don't know about the Mercy.
And the Mercy with the Sojourn could probably work well, especially if they're trusting.
I feel like an Iari or a Baptiste would do more for them, or even a Zen if they're gonna run Ana. But
sometimes you just have to let your hit scan cook.
All right, we're gonna see the Mercy.
Yeah.
The Pocket Sojourn strat. Don't see that very often these days, but it's gonna be MI7 trying it out for a spin, and now we see that Tanakby already trying to get those one-shot headshots on that Hanzo, which are absolutely terrifying for the 200 HP characters on the side of classified. And I mean, both teams at a standstill at the moment. No engagement.
Ooh,
there it goes, Prime. Prime able to take down Tanakby early. Able to get the res off, but Halophile able to, you know what? You got the res off, but we're gonna take down another Halophile just walking down MI7, and that's going to be a fight for classified here. About as perfect as it could have been early on.
Yeah, and the Halophile just deadlifting their team out of stalemate. And we'll see how MI7 is going to respond to that. They need to find a way to attack their core somehow.
Yeah, we see it that Gliscor getting headshot by someone, got taken down to half HP so fast right as the engage, able to you know, completely 180, get out.
Yeah, honestly, the strat, build your nano, and then go engage once that window's over.
Yeah, we're back in lore. Ooh, Halophile able to stay alive here, clock popping that window, the shot not quite gonna find a target. Here we see 3 ultimates from the side of MI7. Overclock pop to make that 4, and War putting the team on their back, and that's going to be a fight win for MI7.
And A fails, that looks like a win.
Get back.
I don't think so. Maybe
no, they won't be able to. That's going to be MI7 taking Paraiso.
Yeah, but yeah, you can see with that Hanzo, that is exactly what Classified wanted to do. Look for their dragon to split and just pick them apart, just like that.
I mean, they got 4 ultimates pretty quickly, and they used 4 ultimates pretty quickly. They were happy to take that total ult fight. And I mean, obviously, Lore coming alive right at the end, and that's gonna be MI7 tying our series up.
Yeah, and I told you, sometimes you just have to let your hit scan cook. Like, give them all the resources they need. Just let them game.
I mean, they looked really, really strong on that map, which was their map pick. And showing off as to why they liked that map so much. The D.Va strat, like I said earlier, maybe not exactly how I envisioned a D.Va comp going, with basically, you know, that Orisa bunker comp with a D.Va thrown in, but looked strong. I mean, MI7 put so much pressure on the backline on their defense and had no peel, or Classified had no peel for theirs. And I mean, then on the defense, it looked just, for Classified anyway, you know, held strong for about 2 minutes, but got ulted in the last minute and a half, and just could not hold on.
And it just seemed like they didn't really track the Hanzo at all and didn't position themselves to counter it. And in general, yeah.
But that being said, after we are going to be headed to a break here in just a second. It's going to be Classified's map pick on the other side, so you won't want to miss it. It's been an absolute banger of a match thus far.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Halftime Desk. New season, guys. This is actually our first time doing it in a featured game. Yay, we're back. I miss this. If you ask me if I really miss this, I don't know.
Go team.
Anyways, we're missing Sticko, and we have Bo White to replace him. I don't know why this noob is here.
Hey.
But we do have
Nice.
the 2/3 of the original cast here to start the first ever Halftime Desk of season 11. So here with MI7 versus Classified. It's a nice 1-1 match right now. Been pretty even so far. Both teams had their show of great talent coming out here, and it's been a wonderful game to watch so far, honestly. Bernie, you have some, you have the graphic up.
The graphic? Is it up already?
The one on your shirt.
What's up?
Graphic of the team comps.
Oh yeah, we got the graphic of the team comps. Yeah, this is pretty good.
This is a good graphic. This is how you
This is
explain
good. We paid about $100 to get this set up. Looks very good and very professional.
it. Yeah. Bernie, can you explain what the differences do for each team and why it matters?
Yeah, so basically, looking at these comps, this is what basically was run on the first round of Pariso. As you can see on the left by this clearly marked MI7 logo, you can see that MI7 was running Diva Ana versus Classified was running Orisa Baptiste. And honestly, I think Orisa is kind of mega OP right now. But MI7 did really well with the Diva defense. They just played for their backline. That's kind of the big idea on Pariso defense, is that you play Diva, who's a very not very heavy on the resources, so you can kind of just get carried by your Ana and Alari, and so it's just like playing really far range. Again, Torb is super prevalent in the meta right now. Like lots of poke damage for free and not really much threat of dying to poke or dive himself due to the rate of fire change on his primary. So I think that MI7's comp is a little bit harder to play, but I think it's, I mean, obviously it works quite well and it really plays the map of those long sight lines.
Chat, what do you think about Torb? Will chat actually respond? Well, they will in 2 minutes because this is a delay.
Fine. The chat.
Who let this guy host?
Dude, this is the one that's drinking Dr. Pepper.
We'll just sit here and wait 2 minutes for them to respond, and then we'll respond to it after that.
You sit here in silence, just doing
Yeah.
nothing.
All right,
I guess we can talk
Dab,
about the game.
yeah, you know what, Dab? I want you to break us down to this Orisa comp because I know it's OP, but
Great.
you know it's OP.
Do I know it's OP? No, we don't play this comp. This comp sucks. I play Sigma.
Dude, it's because you're Dimitri.
Eh,
Shout out
what's
Dimitri.
Shout out my goat? This is the newest tier, but it's all good. You'll be seeing him tomorrow, though. We're on stream. Yippee.
Hey,
A
this
goat.
match, sir.
Okay, yeah, back to this
This
match.
one.
Honestly, I'm been pretty surprised with Classified's gameplay. Like, I really didn't think they were gonna come here and make a statement against MI7, and I thought MI7 was probably one of the best teams in the tier, in my personal humble opinion. You know, taking that win against Amnesia, I think that was a really good win. But Classified, honestly, they're holding their own and really came out as kind of an underdog here, showing that they have a lot of talented people. And you know, shout out my boy Nick from Carnage, my goat. Brittany knows that one. Brittany's a big fan of that one. Over here flexing onto the support, playing the Ilari, really good, looking really good. Honestly, this has been a surprising competitive match, and what do you guys hope to see in the future maps? From
I
both
hope they,
these
I hope
teams?
they, I hope they keep it close, keep making the. I hope they keep like making these close maps, like they are. You know, I was talking to someone who's a little bit more, like who knows a little bit more about the Transcendence tier than I do, because I'm focused on Harmony tier most of the time. But they were saying like they were expecting a 3-0 from MI7, and I'm honestly, like you said, Dab, very happy that Classified is putting up this much of a fight. And like they won first map, very close, and while they did get not technically full hell, they did cap 2 ticks, but it was still still played pretty well on Pediso as well.
About you, Bernie 7?
Yeah, I think well, it's a very close map, and I was really surprised watching Classified roll out on that first push attack on New Queen Street, just like almost take the whole map in like 3 minutes. That was crazy. But what I want to see is I want to see more Nick on Ilari. That guy is absolutely popping off, and rest in peace Carnage. I love that guy, love that team. But Nick is popping off on the Ilari. I think the MI7's playing this Diva and playing Gem more for their backline to kind of carry and setting up the Ilari for success. And you know, like Ilari is brand new to Trank and brand new to Overwatch, and has been finding a lot of success in comps that are letting the Ilari just kind of farm for free on those angles. I think it's been really successful for MI7. I think if they keep doing that, they'll win. But I think the Orisa mirror is kind of more like frontline heavy, right? And it's, you know, better Orisa's gonna carry, and if you hit more spears or you hit really nice fortifies to mitigate a lot of damage, you're probably gonna win that way. So I want to see MI7 playing more backline strength comps, try to force maps where they can play to their backline strengths, and hopefully maybe even play like some ball comps. That'd be kind of cool. Ball's epic.
Let's get Laura back on the Widow.
yeah, get Laura back on Widow. He will.
Goat.
Let's have him peek.
All right. So back to our tried and true question. You guys have any players you'd like to shout out that think have been doing super well this so far? I want to go first. I think mine is Halophile or Halophile. I don't know how to say it properly. My fault, squad. But I think that guy's been looking really cracked on the Orisa, and that like I just see the Orisa in the kill feed so much that you just have to assume that they're doing so much work for their team and really trying to do their best to keep them in this game. Like Halophile just provides so much. Like they're just such a big part of Classified and why Classified is winning these maps and these fights. I just think you can't overlook their importance in this comp. Yeah, their contribution. What about Bernie? What do you think?
Yeah, my player is just Nick. It has to be Nick. I mean, even though they lost Pariso, he looks so good on New Queen Street on Ilari, like perma living, getting so much damage, getting picks like almost every fight, and I'm a sucker for good pylon placement nowadays, so really good pylon placement in general, getting a lot of value throughout those fights. Yeah, I think Nick's my player to watch for this series for sure.
What about you, Wyatt?
I'm gonna be honest, you stole Halophile from me.
Noob.
I hate you.
I saw Halophile play it and I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Well, honestly, I'm still have some good players too, like really good.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, their support lines are keeping.
My bad for misgendering Halifal, by the way. It is a she they. I apologize. I don't
Disappointing.
have the. I apologize. I don't have the pronouns
The
on
roster
stream right
sheet.
now. Yeah. I will try not to do that again.
Disappointing.
But Wyatt, what do you think?
I'm,
Just really quick.
I mean, like I said, you took Halifile from me, so I'll just say their support line for keeping Halifile able to pop
We
off
took
and get
Nick
all those kills.
Noob.
Dude.
Too bad. I get the other support then, Clock.
Shout out MI7 though.
Yeah,
Good team.
I like the
Oh,
light support.
classified. Good team.
Shout out Bernie's Graphic for giving Chad a detailed explanation of what they're playing.
They get it. I feel like
Very
this
true.
graphic really encompasses the whole series thus far.
I agree.
What comp do you think is better overall, Bernie? Just really quick before we go.
Rissa comp. Always OP. Always play Rissa, no matter what. Circuit Royale,
Yeah.
Rissa Mirror. Let's go. Let's see it.
Always
No-
take
no
Bernie's
sig,
words
no
to heart.
sig.
Bernie
Listen
is
loud.
Bernie speaks the gospel.
Everything Bernie's is correct.
Yeah, there you go.
One. All right, and I think with that, you know, that's pretty much it. That's all our time here. But this has been a fun desk. It's been a while since we've done this, and I really want to do more in the future, especially with you guys, because you guys are great people to be around.
So back.
We are so bad.
We're so
Chat,
bad.
are we back? Are we back?
All right,
We're
wait 2
back.
minutes.
Alright.
Wait,
2 minutes,
all right. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the desk. It's been a while. Pleasure talking to you guys. Pleasure doing it with these folks. And yeah, coming back to the cast.
Bye.
Bye, squad.
Bye.
Make us come together and you're alright. That's when you remember who you are. Remember who you overtake tomorrow when we're alright.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got a series on our hands. MI7 able to take their map pick in Paraíso to even up the score 1-1. That being said, Classified did have their map pick after their loss on Paraíso. We are going to Circuit Royal, and what are you thinking about that?
Honestly, seems like Classified is either going to be really confident in their poke games, in their poke with Widow, or just Sojourn in general, or they think they have a good brawl and rotation fight, or with dive even. But I think the biggest question for a Circuit Royal map is whether or not Lore will be playing Widow, and whether or not he'll be hiding behind Shield. For those who get that reference, you get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is they're either going to run the typical Orisa poke comp, or they're going to run a Sigma, which
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad about, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Sigma's one of my personal favorite picks here, but we're gonna get in. Just a second, 15 seconds. We'll get to see what these teams are going to run out on. MI7 chose to defend here on Circuit Royal. What do you think they're planning here?
Honestly, I think they might.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, I was thinking Sigma, definitely. Yeah, Sigma, Sojourn, Hanzo. Yeah, typical poke with the Sigma. And on the side, Classified, looks like they're gonna place a lot of stock into Nick on the Widow.
One shots all the way across the board. Yeah.
Lots of emphasis on the shield play today.
I guess one shots from the side of both teams. Laura getting that pocket from Monarch.
Though I'm interested to see how aggressive Halophile can play with that Lifeweaver bubble. As you know, Sigma can get bursted down really easily once his shield goes down, and so having that bubble to pull him back into the corner might be really helpful for them to take ground here.
Well, they're not playing Lifeweaver. They are playing the Zenyatta, so...
It's a troll.
You know, a little more damage with the Discord or raw damage can be provided. 5% obviously. Nick getting in here just trying to hit some early shots. Not quite yet, but you know, it's still early. Ooh, just barely missing the head of Tanic B. Just holding this Valorant angle. I mean, just trying to find a shot. Not quite able to just yet. Clock. Getting low, but it's going to be Laura that starts it off. Prime happy to trade with a headshot on to Monarch. This is still a very even fight, but there's Tanic B with that big one-shot headshot on to the Zenyatta. Laura able to clean up, and Halophile will fall last, and that's going to be Classified having to fall back here. MI7 taking the first fight.
Yeah, some good zone control from MI7's part. Just making it absolute pain just to walk into that sightline, run to cart. And we'll see how they respond to that coming up here shortly, next fight.
Yeah, just putting some more pressure on the cart. We see Halo. She's trying to take that high ground to the left. Nick taking this more typical Widow angle. As opposed to that low ground angle they were holding earlier. There we go, Prime starting us off. Storm Arrow able to take it down Laura, but Monarch there to instantly res it up. But Halo able to just walk forward and take down Flames of Raw, but it's still even as Tanic B wins in the Hanzo duel. And Nick still trying to find that value on the Widowmaker, not gonna find it. Nick falls to a well-placed arrow from Tanic B. Now window from Clock, but Laura just jumps on top of him. We see the flux from Halophile. She got stunned! Flyscore was able to hit Halo with the accretion. Knock her out of the flux, and that is unfortunate as Halo is now dead, and Laura with a collapse!
with the two-piece coming out from Laura. And they still have ult advantage, yeah. No, but yeah, it looks like for MI7, they're just gonna play hard for that win. And try to burst them down before Trans can get popped off here.
Yeah, Nick's still trying to find this value with the Widowmaker at some point. I don't know, it feels like I have not been able to find anything here thus far. Halophile in Gliscore's face, you know, providing a little bit of damage, and that's gonna be Tanic B coming out on top once again. Clock falls. 45 seconds, this is dangerous. Floor able to kill Nick, but you know, Monarch happy to just bring that one right back, and now Prime in such a bad spot, and this is dangerous for Classified. 30 seconds to get around this corner.
Yeah, if I was Classified, I might start thinking about using that trans. Actually, with Flux coming up, but maybe being a lot more defensive with the trans. But now with Flux, they'll definitely have to save for that. But I just have to play hard here.
I just feel like you need to cut your losses and get off the Widowmaker. It's obviously too... Okay, as I say that, Nick gonna find a pick, but Monarch just brings it right back. Wait, what?
This is Flux. Ooh.
Huh? Oh.
Right, come
Okay,
back
that's
in
a bug. That's a bug, I guess. Cool. Yeah. Allura happy to take down Clock. Doesn't matter if the Flux from Gliscore takes it down. Halophile blows herself up with the orbs. And a dominating defense from MI7.
Yeah, just excellent zone control there. Like, it's sometimes to the point where if a certain hero or comp is working, you might just have to swap it off and, I don't know, they have less than half a point to hold. So let's see, like Classify comes out with a give a full hold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just felt like Nick was a non-factor for most of that half, unfortunately. Sorry. I can only recall one pick, and it was right at the end when he was able to take down Tanic. I don't know. At some point, you just gotta say, you know what, the Widow's not working, and just go back to something, just something different. I mean, Prime was able to get a little bit of value off the Hanzo, some picks early on. Just, you know, but they're coming back. They're changing it up a little bit. They've got to hold really, really close. They're coming back with the Soldier's Sojourn, so you know, a little bit different lore on the Widowmaker, potentially wanting to show Nick how it's done.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll see how this aggressive comp coming out from MI7 plays into that. As they see, they're getting right in their faces, trying to take as much time as possible.
Yeah, Tanic B on the Junkrat, which creative usually on this map, but yeah, you kind of have to be to play Junkrat. And here we go, the J silly action. Tanic B taking a flank. They had no idea that Tanic B had gotten behind them, and is he gonna find a kill? He does! Tanic B takes down Nick and gets gripped out! That's crazy! Oh my goodness! I mean, able to find Clock too. Not quite finding Pancake on to Nick, but the elevator going up.
Flank coming out there, it just forces out. Yeah, it forces out Lamp, and that just puts them at a bad disadvantage and allows. Am I?
Okay.
Well, here's a touch.
Yeah, that's over. Okay.
MI7.
Unfortunate touch there for Nick, just falling over as soon as he's able to get back. But
yeah,
MI7 proving to be an obstacle right now, and I bet that this is Lore's Palat here on the two players. And I mean,
that was a coach.
Yeah, that was two at once, but I mean, MI7 just absolutely showing out and dominating on every hero. I mean, it felt like Classified couldn't get a foothold.
To me, it feels like that after New Queen Street, MI7 just woke up and decided, no, we're not losing one more map not one more map. And you see the results of that. Almost a full hold on both of these maps coming out. And really, it's really up to Classified now to make sure that this game goes on.
Yeah, and I mean, I was saying it earlier, this is where Classified has to come back if they want to take it to map 5, and it's going to be Control. So, I mean, I said it earlier, and this is, generally speaking, the most half and half map type there is. You know, if the worst team, I'm not saying that Classified is the worst team, by the way. That would be entirely disingenuous to how talented they are. But if a team needs to get a map win under their belt to keep the series going, I would say Control is where we're gonna go. And their map pick here, going into map 4, Antarctic Peninsula.
Yeah, and being the newest Koth map, it's definitely been a lot of fun for myself to learn how to play this map. And it's interesting a lot of variety of comps that you do on each map. For one of them, I believe it's Labs, you can really focus on having high ground control, lots of poke battles and everything else. And then on the ship one, it's really a lot about brawl and taking space and controlling it. And the variety of this map is definitely something I look forward to seeing.
Yeah, I think overwhelmingly one of the most popular team comps to run on a map like Antarctic Peninsula. You know, kind of a brawl setup, right? Like run at the enemy team, and we're probably gonna see the Orissas, but here in just a second we're getting into the map. We'll find out what these teams are going to run out on. I expect the Orissa, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something a little more creative than that. But here we go in just a second. We're gonna get Orissas. Kind of expected.
Almost same comp, but with the Junkrat and Hanzo. And it looks like on the MI7's part, they really want to play for the Hanzo spam, and then Junkrat just playing up with Gliscor. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they meet high ground.
Yeah, MI7, obviously, like you said, looking for more of that spam damage with lore on the Hanzo and Tanic on the Junkrat. Classified playing a little more durably with the Torbjorn instead. So I'm looking to see if these Clash of Styles is going to be how it's going to run out here. And we already see Tanic be chucking those nades across the yard. Chisakina already has this railgun charged up, but lore are going to start us out. That's the value of the Hanzo, the spam damage, the one-shot headshots. Halophile getting so low on the point. Pops the Fortify of the Orisa. Spin, able to stay alive, but for only so long. Gets the Immortality Field. Gonna stay up and able to stay alive. All 4 teammates that did not fall early on.
Yeah, and as you can see, that raw damage is coming in, forces out cooldowns from Classified, and makes it very hard for them to keep that space that they have. So it's gonna be interesting to see who they prioritize.
Here it goes. I mean, yeah, Halo starting us off early. Clock so close to the window, as is Flames of Raw. Both pop it, and a Halophile chucking it through the window. The spear goes right through Flames of Raw. That's about as good of a start as you could have had. Gliscor so low, will end up falling. Cluck able to clean it up. Chisakina taking down Lore, and that's gonna be a flip at 37% for Classified.
And as we saw, that was a clean spear through the window, making space for Halophile to get them off that window and force them down the stairs to try to keep point control. But ultimately they fall, and we see that Classified has... Oh, Tire coming out here.
Yeah, here's Riptire. I expect Clock to try and use that Immortality Field.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
ooh,
Nick able to...
shot.
Oh my goodness! Able to shoot and then melee the Tire. Halophiles, Terra Surge able to help clean up Lore, and Gliscor Panic be able to find the pancake on it to Nick. And if I am Classified, I don't want to fight in there. What's your problem, Classified?
No,
There's
that's
a
the
Junkrat in your
damage.
face. That's a Junkrat in your face. What's the issue? It's now just Chisakina. Not anymore, it's not. And that's going to be Classified taking the flip.
Well, if they
Or
want to
MI7.
look at the right side, they do have more point control, so they do have time to take a breather, plan what they want to do, and go for it. Definitely have the ult event. We're very even on ults, but they need to be careful of this dragon coming out from Lore so it doesn't split their team too much.
Yeah, I think Gliscor just got shoved into a corner by Halophile. Just for a second, nothing too crazy. Panic be just happy to keep throwing those nades, and we're gonna see the Terra Surge. Is it going to find any picks? We saw something like a grab dragon, or at least an attempt at one with the Terra Surge. It's gonna clean up Prime is Gliscor. It's just Halophile. The amplified healing through the window, able to keep her up and happy and alive. But Chisakina taking down Flames of Raw, but Monarch coming up big in the Iari duel. Chisakina with another, and Clock putting in on the off angle some more damage, helping take down Laura and Tanic B.
Oh yeah, that was a good recovery there, and with Clock coming in at the end to keep his Orisa up, that was crucial in letting them win that fight. Classified with the ult advantage coming.
Oh, we see Riptire out
Tire comes
from
out.
Tanic B. See if they can find something this time. Potentially, probably just gonna throw it. Ooh, it's gonna find two! Laura with a big shot onto Halo File. Bolt core out from Prime, just trying to dissuade MI7 from touching the point, but not going to be able to do so. And I mean, it's gonna be Monarch coming up big once again, and there's not gonna be a touch here. Captive Sun just going to be some celebratory fireworks as MI7 takes sub-level.
Yeah, excellent tires coming in from the side of Tanic B. But yeah, it's just what happens when you're not playing first with your ults. You just get overwhelmed by even a tire at times.
Yeah, unfortunate for Classified. They got absolutely dominated by Tanic B's rip tire there after Nick was able to take it down the first time. Not quite so lucky the second time. We're seeing the exact same plan out from both teams here. Hopefully Classified learned their lesson to not take a fight with Tanic B in a close quarters. But yeah, they're already here and on the point. Laura getting low, having to back out around the corner, but able to take down Clock early. That is a lot of the healing for Classified gone. There's even more now that the pylon has been removed. Halophile falls, as does Prime. Monarch able to clean up Nick as well, and that's going to be another first flip for MI7.
Yeah, you can just see them taking the aggressive angles, boxing in Classified onto the point and establishing their kill box. That's going to be important coming in with this comp, how they break that kill box.
And we're going to see a switch up for Classified here. Obviously getting a little bit annoyed by Tanic B's spam, wanting to run it down with Prime on the Junkrat in a straight mirror now is both of these teams. That's big. A lot of that passive healing gone for both teams. Prime solo having to back out around the corner, but Tanic B getting a little too big for his britches, walking forward and finds the unfortunate bullet from Nick. Now it's Gliscor having to play the front line here, but Laura able to take down Prime. Both Junkrats no longer in this fight. I mean, a good start for Classified, but MI7 starting to come back and overwhelm. But there's a Laura gonna fall to Chisakina. Are they gonna be able to take down Nick? They're not. Hey, not gonna be able to find the pick onto Nick. Tracking wasn't there. Captain Sun out from Monarch and Nick. Clock able to help clean up on Gliscor. The cleanup on the damage on to Flames of Raw. The Captain Sun found two and the flip.
Yeah, and you can see how Classified managed to flip the roles onto MI7, forcing them to be in the box instead. And it looks like they might have Ultibench here.
Halophile getting shoved into the team. Third search out from Gliscor, but Tanic B able to find the early pick. Both teams using the overclock, but Laura's finding the early advantage. She's able to trade out onto Laura, but Tanic B says no one hurts my sojourn but me. And that is going to be a flip for MI7, headed into what may be the last fight for sub-level.
Sounds like you're describing an abusive relationship there. No, but it looks like, yeah, the pressure's definitely on for Classified. We'll see what they come up with. That spin is probably going to be their saving grace. If they don't die to tire.
He saw Chisakina on that off angle, not quite able to get away, and Laura with the kill on to Halophile. Now Prime has their own rip tire, finds Gliscor, and an underwhelming way to end what was actually a really good series. But that's going to be MI7 taking Antarctic Peninsula and the series, and will improve to 2-0 in the season.
Yeah, really impressive work by MI7 here to make sure to play to their comp's advantage and just absolutely put in the work needed to be able to take this map and not even and show no signs of stopping.
Yeah, what I really liked, especially near the end on Antarctic Peninsula, is that MI7 forced Classified to play their game, right? It just they couldn't get anything done with their pre-planned comps, so they ended up going on to something. You know, it's something you see a lot in ranked lobbies, where one player is doing really well for themselves, so you switch to their character and hope that for the best that you can do just as well. And sometimes it works out. For Classified, it did not.
Well, honestly, it was more so just MI7 playing first and being a lot faster than Classified when it came to executing on what they wanted to do.
Yeah, you're right about that. They kept the tempo for themselves for the most part.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, pretty dominant, honestly, on those middle two maps for MI7. Making their namesakes proud, you know, the British intelligence company, or the British intelligence agency, the MI6. I mean, looking pretty strong out there. Like, so going forward into the season, I mean, I'm looking at MI7. Obviously, they're now on top of their group in the Transcendence Tier. But I'm looking at them to be a strong contender throughout the rest of this season. And as for Classified, they dropped to 1-1. But, you know, there's a lot of Overwatch left to be played in this season here. It's only week 2.
No, exactly. And there's a lot of Overwatch still left to play. And obviously, just by looking from this match, Classified is a really strong team, able to go toe-to-toe with MI7 at a lot of points.
Yeah.
And I feel they have a good chance of becoming being in B or low A pool if they keep up wins here.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like to give an honorary player of the match in the series, or in the leagues that don't typically do that kind of thing. What are you thinking for, like, who stood out the most right now? Between me, it is Lore, Panic B, or yeah, between those two.
Honestly, I'm gonna give a shout out to Lore. I think that Lore knew when exactly to time when to be aggressive, when to pull back a little bit, and overall just knew how to position himself to get picks when they needed them. You often see a lot of times there was a lot big stalemate, and then out of nowhere, Lore would just get a pick, and then MI7 would be able to turn that fight easily because of it. And his ability to see those picks through is definitely what helped them to win this match decisively.
Yeah, and like you said, very decisive. But for us tonight here on the A stream, the B stream might still be active. That's going to do it though. So if you want to stick around, I'm sure we're going to be doing a raid for our B stream if that match is still going. But that is going to be the end of our stream here on the A. It's going to be MI7 taking our week 2 match here 3-1 over MI7. Do you have any last words?
No, just a very amazing game, and I can't wait to see what comes next week.
For sure. That's going to do it for us tonight. So stick around if you want to watch the rest of the B stream game. But other than that, that's going to do it for us tonight. I just want to say thank you all for watching, and have a good night.